Hey folks, welcome back to Honey Money SG. Now I finally found the cheapest and best way to actually go and invest in the S&P 500 index using SRS funds. If you watched my previous video on how to invest in the S&P 500, I listed out the ways that you could invest using your cash, your CPF and your SRS. And specifically for the SRS section, I talk about two methods, one being investing in Lion Global Infinity US 500 Unit Trust through Endowers, which you can sign up for Endowers using my referral link down below to get $20 of excess fee credits. But do you know what is the problem? The problem is Endowers is fundamentally still a business, and business is profit driven. So what they earn from is the excess fees, the 0.3 excess fees that you every year have to pay regardless of whether your stocks make money or not. So 0.3% may seem like a fairly small percentage of excess fee, but you must remember this fee is actually recurring every year, and that if your portfolio grows even larger and larger along with the compounding returns, the excess fees that you are going to pay to the robo-advisor firm actually increases exponentially as well. But I mean that is a good problem. Generally, you want your investments to increase over time, and even though they have increased so much, but you pay slightly more excess fees, but the return is still much larger than your cost, right? Now in that video, I also talk about another method, which is investing through the ticker called S27, which is an ETF tracking the S&P 500 index, but it's listed in the Singapore market SGX. But at that time, the downside is that the minimum lot size of the ETF for S27 needs 10 shares, 10 units of S27 per transaction. So if you're looking at the price of S27, which is $450 per unit, for every 10 units, which is the minimum lot size, you need to cough out $4,500 per transaction, which may not be really effective if you are dollar cost averaging, right? Because it's such a huge amount. But in that video, I also highlighted that there are new regulations surrounding the ETF lot size. So the ETF lot size has been reduced to 1 unit as effective from January 2022. So what this means is that you don't have to buy 10 units anymore. You could just transact with 1 unit of S27, and that means $450. Now that seems like a really great news, right? Instead of just investing $4,500 per order, we could just invest $450. But herein lies another problem. You must remember that if you want to invest your SRS through brokerages, they usually have a minimum commission of 25 Singapore dollars. So that is not really effective for dollar cost average, because if we look at how much is each unit of S27, we use 450 multiplied by the US dollars exchange rate, that will come up to around 600 Singapore dollars per ticker of S27. So we use $25 divided by 600, that will come up to a 4% commission rate if you're just buying just 1 unit of S27. Now, I don't know about you, but 4% sounds like a really expensive price to pay for commissions, right? So for people who may want to maximize this usage, they probably have to buy more than 1 shares. And that is the problem, right? Because they probably cannot DCA like small amounts. So in this video, I'm going to solve your problem, because your problem is you want to dollar cost average, but at the same time, you don't have so much funds. Okay, and even if you have so much funds to want to invest, the expense ratio or the commission fees in terms of percentage is not working well in your favor. And therefore, I will introduce to you my preferred choice of brokerage and how I trade using my SRS. Let's go. Alright folks, so I'm going to introduce to you this Poem's Cash Plus account. So Cash Plus account actually allows you to go and invest in stocks according to the markets that you chosen. So for SRS investing, your market is actually Singapore, and for Singapore there's actually no minimum commission, and they actually charge you a 0.08 of commission fees regardless of which asset value you are in, right? Whether you are starter, premium or privilege of assets value under them, you will be just charged 0.08% with no minimum commission. I myself have been using this platform for around 1 month, and since they do have a referral program, I just want to refer them to you. And let's take a look at some of the other fees, right? Because there may be some hidden fees that we do not know about. So we do have some account maintenance fees that are waived, or foreign share custodian fees that are waived, and then there is actually dividend handling fee if you are investing in SGX. So let's take a look at some of the conditions first. In order to get all the fee waivers, the condition is that you need to make at least 1 trade per quarter in the account. Otherwise, there will be a charge of $16.05 based on March, June, September and December. So remember to make at least 1 trade per quarter That's just 4 trades a year. I'm very sure even if you dollar cost average, you can just place 1 trades every quarter, right, to avoid the $16 fee. Now for the second point wave for US and Hong Kong foreign custodian fees, that's not applicable if you are investing using SRS, because for SRS we can only invest in local SGX products. So for ticker S27 is listed in the SGX, so that's not applicable. And point number 3, that is the one that you really need to take note. So there is actually cash dividend handling fee based on 1% net dividend, subject to a minimum of $1.07, capped at $53.50. So if you don't know, S27 ticker, which tracks the S&P 500, actually gives out dividend 4 times a year. So you're expected to pay at least $4 per year, because every time they give out dividend, they need to charge you a 1% dividend fee. So you definitely need to pay this dividend handling fee for at least $1.07 per quarter. There's no running away. But with the no minimum commissions, you already save quite a lot on commission, right? So what's more, just pay a bit of dividend fees. But one more thing you should know is that this reduced commission rate is only applicable for Cash Plus accounts from 1st April 2021 to December 2022. So you have till the end of this year to have this promotion commission rates. So I don't know if they will extend this promotion till next year. And I think the more important thing here is to actually show how much did they actually charge for my buying, right? In fact, I did place an order for 1 share of S27 on the 8th of February. Right, I bought 1 share at $453 so that you can also see what are the commission fees and maybe what is the exchange rate used. So for reference, the exchange rate on that day I think was around 1.346. So Poems have given me a 1.348 rate. That's around 0.3% of spread, which I think is quite reasonable for FX. And if we look at the commission fee place, I had 1 share at $453, and my commission is actually around 86 cents, I believe. So if you take 86 cents per trade divided by the share price, which is $453, that will work out to around 0.19% of commission, which is really cheap, right? I paid less than $1 just to buy 1 unit of S27. That will work really well in a dollar cost average strategy, because we really want to reduce the cost that we use to invest and at the same time not have any minimum commissions. I believe if you buy through other platforms on traditional bank brokers, you'll incur like at least $25. So I don't think those are ideal for investing SRS. Of course, if you don't want to buy S27, you can also buy other stocks like REITs or banks. I think those are quite popular as well. So let's just show you how to actually buy on Poems platform. Okay, this is the web page. Okay, before you actually buy, I think you need to set up some settings. So one of the settings is actually to go and link your SRS account information, right? Because in order to invest using SRS, you will need to go and key in your SRS bank account number. Now for those who have came from Endower's videos, I believe you all already have SRS account set up, but if you don't, then do go and create one with one of our local banks, OCBC, DBS or UOB, and then key in your SRS account number, because if you do not have the SRS account linkage here, then they will just deduct it from your cash account, which you must fund it, right? So I reiterate the point, in order to invest using SRS, you do need to go and key in your SRS account and your investment account, your NRIC and all that stuff, right? And before you actually start trading on Poems Cash Plus account, you must know that you actually need to deposit some cash collateral, because even if you are using SRS to invest, they actually need to have some cash collateral. In case the SRS trade did not go through, then they will have to deduct your cash. So under the platform, go to account management, and over there, then click deposit fund. Right, so deposit fund, you can deposit via eNets or PayNow. I believe if you use the mobile app, there's a PayNow option, so you all can go and use the PayNow. Then go and deposit some cash. Now for myself, I would recommend you guys to deposit $3,000. But why $3,000? I'll share on it later. Just remember to deposit cash first in order for you to trade using SRS. So once you have deposited cash and it's reflected in your account, then your account can trade using SRS. And if your SRS has not enough money, they will not reject the order, they will just take from your cash balance. So you have to be very careful on that. And just to help me out, since I shared this offer with you, please do not withdraw the fund for at least 30 days, right? You all don't need to touch the fund, right? Because you all have SRS. Go and fund your SRS accounts, and then the funds will be deducted from SRS. Do not touch the $3,000 there. If not, I will not get the referral benefit. Please, please do that. I really urge you all to keep the $3,000 in your Cash Plus accounts for at least 30 days. Okay? Very important. Okay, once you have done that, right, then maybe you all can go and refer to your other friends and explain to them the terms and conditions, or you could ask your friends to come and watch my video. I think it will explain it pretty well to them. So what are the gifts that you can redeem with POEM reward points, such as Shopee vouchers, some market debt, some account maintenance fee, some debt access? I think Shopee voucher is the most useful lah, huh? Go and buy your grocery, buy your food vouchers, buy whatever you want for your IT gadgets. Yeah, so if you felt that this information is really important to you when you're investing in SRS, do help me comment a thank you at the bottom of the page. I'll greatly appreciate it. And do sign up using my referral link, and let's get back to the video. Hey folks, welcome back. So I'm going to share my SRS investing plan, which is quite significantly different from what I did 1 year ago with Endowers. Now I explained in my introduction, right, because Endowers will charge a recurring fee of 0.3% every year, and your portfolio size increases, then the recurring fee will go up even higher. So in order to mitigate that, I will just switch to just buying this S27 regularly every month, and my plan is to buy 1 unit of S27 every 2 weeks. I think this will be quite an effective dollar cost average because firstly, POEM's Cash Plus do not have minimum commission rates. That means even if I buy 1 unit, my cost is around less than 1 USD, which I think is a fair price to pay. And because 2 weeks is more even out, right, instead of 1 month, 1 transaction. So I think that is a more effective dollar cost average strategy, and that will work up to around $600 per order, right? 600 SGD. So if we do 2 orders per month, that is around $1,200, which is close to my monthly contribution to SRS, right? If we take 15,300 divided by 12 months, then that will be $1,275 of SRS contributed per month. So this will fit in nicely with my SRS investing plan, and I think would be more cost effective than investing through Endowers in the Dimensional Global Core Equity Fund, because there are recurring fees on that. Okay, so that's my sharing, and today is the February of 14, and I wish all you couples out there happy Valentine's Day. If you're still single, fret not, because you can watch all the videos on my channel and impress your crush or your potential partner with all the financial knowledge that you know of. Then they will be so attracted to you. Especially this video on how to invest in the S&P 500 index fund using your cash, your CPF, and your SRS. I think that's a very interesting strategy for beginners. With that, thank you for watching. My name is Christopher. This is Honey Money SG, steering young adults to financial independence.